My name is John Buccioni. I live at 30738 Mary Mitchell Crossing, Painters Mill. I've seen a lot of maps today. I'm a former school teacher. I used to teach geography. I've seen more maps than my entire career. So I'm only going to show you one. Can we have that up there, please? Okay. The unique distinction of me over everybody else here is I am the single property owner that's closest to the action, including my neighbors across the street. If you look there, see right here, you see this white area here? Well, if you look on the top
Yes.
here.
You got it.
There it is. Okay.
You got it.
Good. Right there. Okay, if you look up there, that's the closest residence, Painters Mill, to the action. Lived there over a decade. So I'd like to give you a firsthand experience of a person that lives there. A lot of lawyers here. A lot of people are very smart, much smarter than me. A lot of engineers, everybody else. There's only two people here who actually live there. My neighbors across the street, and with respect, they have their opinions, okay? And ourselves, my wife and I, Linda. So here we go. Here's the first thing. This is not a map, this is actually a photograph. And I'm looking across their properties over to this area right here. So the notion that nothing's been done or nobody's been against this for the last decade, I must have been absent. I don't know. Because I remember a lot of different activities of people coming through with different, proposals and whatnot. So I'm going to go through a couple of the things that just very briefly that concern me. Number one, I don't really know, and I've been paying attention to this, what the proposal is here in terms of changes. The notion, which is a good notion, I want to say first this, the Sussex plan. I'm for it. I think it's great as long as we stay with it. It was a wonderful job. A lot of people put their time and energy and effort into it. Now, the notion that you might want to change it because there's new people who were elected, I respect that. Okay, so we have to resolve that. My concern with this whole thing is we're moving too fast here. We want to change this, and this does take some talking because the state, yes, I believe in home rule. I believe in the fact that the county council makes the final decision. And we're in the same area because you're District 3. But we don't want to go to war with the state. They control purse strings. They control many of the things that go into this. And so I just want everybody to breathe a little bit here. Okay, I hope you do decide. Let me give you a couple other notions. My wife and I, the noise level has gone up tremendously in the last decade. We can hear the crashes. That's how close we are. Now I'm going to give you another thing. Do you see this right here? This circle? This right here, I'm making a mess of this, but you can see it, is the cloverleaf, the whatever you call it, the roundabout and so on. People say to me, well, Jack, how come you can talk here? Because one time I testified in front of county council and Mr. Cole, they had a very good thing. How far are you from the action? Well, you're not there. I don't want to listen to you. Somebody else that's closer. I'm 47 yards from that wall, that roundabout where it's going to be. So I have questions. Is there going to be a sound barrier put in there when those cars are coming around? I don't know, because what is the plan that's been submitted here that everybody's talking about amending? What are the specifics? Where's the clarity? I couldn't tell you. Do you know? So how can you say to move ahead with an amendment? What I would push back and say, where's the plan this time specifically? Let me give you an example here. This side road, and I'm making a mess again, but down here, they're talking about putting in high rises. That's one of the theories that I'm hearing and my neighbors are hearing. And the high rises, the density is from 2 to up to 12 units per acre. I've heard that. But then the last go around with this, when it was another proposal came through, the math sometimes included across the street, sometimes it didn't. So when the proposal came through to the folks at Painters Mill, and I'm speaking for myself, it was 20 units per acre. And so, folks get a little upset with that. Well, I thought you said, 2 to 12, and you're moving this along. And so can we have a plan that's clear? And I'm happy to be very open with you. But again, I will say this very clearly. You did a great job on the comprehensive plan. I hope that you stick to it, because this fluidness of moving very rapidly, making changes, all I ask, and you're right, I'm not disagreeing with you, but can we slow down and get a little more specifics before we say, yes, let's change it? This particular area right here, I'm going to tell you something right now that has been repeatedly said today by many experts. The marsh, the Great Marsh, it's so far away, don't worry about it, and so on. Well, I'm a first-hand witness to this. Do you remember the Hurricane Sandy? If you can nod your heads, you remember that? And remember the last hurricane? The ocean, Mother Nature, the seawater came right up to our door, all the way across Route 1, all the way across the Painter's Mill, and right here, this is where the seawater was. So, I don't know. I saw it. We had to have mops. We had to clean our garage out, and it was a while before it went down. But I guarantee you, when there's a storm, it really travels, and it comes a long way. So has anybody ever considered that? With all these maps that I see, and I see everything around here, they're all flat maps, and the engineers do a great job with this, and they do that, and so on and so forth. But I'm trying to give you a lens into living there. We all live in Sussex County. Just breathe. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.